Good morning.
Good morning.
Afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this.
It's morning now.
But it is morning today. It is Friday, August 26th.
Chip, look and see what day it was.
I did have to look and see what day it was, but I didn't know it was Friday, so I'm winning there. So if you are new to our channel, my name is Cindy. This is my husband, Matt. We are full-time resellers. All of our income comes from reselling, yada, yada, yada. And this is our weekly live chat where we talk about what's been going on this week, how we're making money, what we're doing, how things are going, all the things, and chat with all of you.
All the things.
All the things. We like to keep it real and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good morning. Oh, Librina wants to know how your foot is doing. Matt broke his toe last week.
It still hurts. Thank you for asking, but it's getting better. It's getting better.
Yes. Thank you for asking that. So, yeah, that was last week. We talked about that on our last week chat. You seem more chipper today. Yeah. Last week's chat, we were just kind of coming off of a hard week. And
Oh, yeah.
We move on from them pretty quick. So
it seems so long ago.
Right? It does.
Time flies.
It does. So this has been a good week.
It has.
It has been a good week. I am more chipper this week because I've got lots of new irons in the fire, which makes me really happy.
What quarter is coming up?
Oh, Q4, the busiest time of the year. So this week I was like, ooh, let's do some new stuff.
We need more work. We need to come up with more ideas.
Yeah. Makes me happy. It really does. Learning new things, trying new things. I love that. But this week has been good. We've been doing FBA shipments. eBay's been solid. eBay I posted on Instagram this week. It's like the little engine that could. Like, we are not paying any attention to it at all, and it just keeps chugging out sales.
We haven't listed on eBay for quite a while. We'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
Quite a while.
Yes. So I'm still doing a little bit with it every day to just kind of keep things in the algorithm, but
yeah, we're getting sales every day.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. Teach the algorithm what you want out of it, and it will continue. It just takes a while to teach the algorithm. But so that's been going well. Merch has been going well. I had actually several sales this week that were brand new designs. So like anytime you get a design that sells within 24 hours on merch, that's a huge win. And I actually had, I think, 3 of those this week.
Oh, really? You only told me about 1.
Yeah. So good morning from Oregon. Good morning, Carrie. That's been going well. And part of the reason why we are able to take on new projects is we've streamlined so much else. So he's wearing his Seriously shirt today. So yeah, that's where it is. But we're not listing 100 items a day.
Do you think I wore this on accident?
I do not. We're not listing 100 items a day on eBay anymore. We're not having to go to a thrift store every day and try to find 100 items. Good morning. Is it Cynthia?
I can't read it.
Good morning, Jennifer. So we've worked really hard the last several years to get to a place where we had more time available. But I don't do well with just time.
You don't do well with just doing the same thing over and over and over again. You've got to be constantly, just look at that face.
Yeah. I love trying something new, doing something new.
Yep.
But have become really intentional with that to not put us back on the same hamster wheel we were on before. So really looking at, okay, this is where we want to be. I'd love to do that, but it doesn't really align with where we want to go. So really trying to pay attention to those things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what added to the plate this week. But do you want to give a KDP update. How's KDP going? Thumbs up.
You know what? I'm still struggling through it.
It's a learning process.
Yeah. I enjoy designing the covers. I really enjoy that. I really hate coming up with words.
Seriously?
Yeah. I really, it's just not my strong suit. So currently I've got quite a few KDP books published or whatever. And now I'm trying to create what they call as A+ content, which means you're kind of promoting within the page in a very simplistic way to explain it. And you've got to use words to describe, hey, this is this
you got to
book,
sell it.
and you got to sell it. And that's just not my strong suit.
Well, that's not what you've done for the last 20 years. That's what I've done for the last 20 years.
Yeah. So I'll be stuck on something and I'll be like, all right, this is the best I come up with. And you come over and you're like, oh, well, we'll just type all this in and this is how you're supposed to word it. And I look at it, I'm like, why didn't I just think of it that first time?
But I've been doing that. Hey, Christina. I've been doing that for 20 years now. When you write eBay titles, Poshmark titles, when you're making Amazon listings, all of those things, your brain starts to think in keywords.
It's programmed. You're like programming your brain to just come up with keywords for an item.
Yeah, and how to phrase that. And if you can't phrase it this way, okay, how can I spin it to phrase it differently but get the same result? So yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years. So yeah, you're like, on part of the A+ content, you can't use the exact title of the book. And so you were like, what do I do? And I was like, oh, well, you just and you were
yeah, I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. So, but that's what I've been doing for 20 years. Yeah. Comes a little bit easier with experience. And so you will get there.
I'm sure I will.
You will get there. So we've been working on that. Eventually, can I share those books on Instagram? I didn't ask him this beforehand. No?
Yeah. Why would you want to share them on Instagram?
Because they're really good. I like them. I will. Shh, don't tell them. Yeah, just don't tell them I will. Once the A+ content is up and it's the way you want it, then I will share.
Yeah, because I am a perfectionist.
You are, though.
I am very much a perfectionist. So
you would not want me to share until they were.
Well, and that's part of my problem with the A+ content is I've got one ready to go, and I'm like, just not quite feel comfortable with it. You know, I'm just not quite there. So I'm just.
Yeah. I love how proud you are of each other. Oh, 22 years. You just got to do it. It's in the contract. So yes, so you have been working on KDP this week and all of the A+ content and figuring all of that out, which has been fantastic. Meanwhile, we are also doing FBA shipments, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage. We do mess with the eBay stuff so that we can keep that algorithm flowing. Still doing the merch, still doing all the print on demand stuff, playing with the Etsy stuff. There was an Etsy print on demand issue, which if you don't know, you don't know. Don't worry about it. It's solved now. It actually worked wonders because I procrastinated on it and then it fixed itself. So I was like, score.
Yay me.
Yay me. I didn't have to do anything. Love it when it works out like that.
And that's generally how it works out for you.
It kind of is. It just kind of, yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah, it just kind of does. So 2 big projects that I've decided to at least attempt.
Right before fourth quarter.
Right before fourth quarter. So I will make no guarantees that you will ever see the fruition of either one of these projects because it is right before Q4 and I don't know if they're going to work, but I'll talk about it. And then if they fail, we'll be honest about it. So the first one though has to do with print on demand. So for a long time, one of our goals with print on demand was to have our own brand. And people have often asked why we don't promote our print on demand on my regular Instagram account here, that sort of thing. We did not make this shirt. This is not one of mine. This came from Walmart. But part of that is because it doesn't fit the content that we put out. So I don't know. I just don't know. It just doesn't work. And that account is not branded to a product, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It is branded to us. So we have always wanted to have a brand that was a true brand, meaning that if we walked away from it, it could stand alone on its own, which then, not to get totally nerdy, but creates a sellable business in the future. So if 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road, we decide we just want to piece out, we can sell that business and that brand as a whole. That has always been one of our goals. So in order to do that, I say so a lot. I realized that this week. Mm-hmm. That's in the second part of things I am doing this week. I say so a lot. Anyhow, ADD brain there.
So
part of, I'm trying not to say it.
I know you're I can see it trying to come out. So
yes, build those assets. In order to build a brand, in my opinion, from what I have read, what I have seen, you have to start with social media. You don't have to like social media, but you're going to have social media in order to push site visits and that sort of thing into a website, into a brand, to push a product. I didn't say it.
So I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
So
I set up the Instagram account. We bought the web address, got the Pinterest going, to try and start building that brand. When you do that, you want to look at who's your target buyer, and then can you bring in that target buyer with what you're posting, creating that content.
So
the reason why, like, not even my good friends that are in the chat right now, nobody knows what that Instagram account is, and that's it. Because we want to know, is this a viable brand?
Yeah, without any kind of false data. So like you telling your friends, that means maybe they'll follow or they'll tell people. So that's false data.
Yeah. I want to see true organic growth there. Mm-hmm. And so we put up the goal to, if we could get 3 organic followers every day for a month, well, it's actually at 3.3. Wants to get to 100.
I hate to be that guy that's 0.3.
I know, but I wanted 100 followers on that account within a month, without showing our faces, without doing reels, just true content. Can we bring in organic followers? That was 3 days ago. And what did I tell you? We're up to 37, I think, this morning. So that is going well.
You're over 3.3.
Yes, over 3.3. So when it hits 100 followers, I will share that with my friends on Instagram and all of that, because then we will know, okay, there's organic traffic there. And then really start to build that out. It is so exciting to me. Like, I'm nerding out on the data. Like, you have no idea. Yeah, like there's a lot of research into, and Matt's heard it all this week, like when to post, how to post, what hashtags to be using, where to share it, when to comment on other people's. Yeah, there's a lot of data there.
I know more than I want to.
Congratulations. That's amazing. Having growth on Instagram is very hard lately. It is very hard. And that's why we wanted to make sure that we could see organic growth, because if all of you guys just go and follow me, I love that. And I am so happy. And I think that some of you are actually going to like it. But that's not true organic growth. Mm. And so I wanted to be able to see true organic growth. So that is one. So I've got this huge build a brand, build a website, and like the website won't come until
Website. We just got the domain name.
yes, like I just secured the domain name so
For
that
what, $2?
yeah, it was like $3.
Or $3?
It was $3. I know, I'm just spending money like wild over here. So again,
So
that is this big portion over here is to build out the brand, start the social media, gain the following to eventually be able to sell those products there. I love following along with you when you nerd out. I'm so glad somebody does. Matt's like, you can come and take her. Is it the category you are doing? It's clear. I'm not saying anything about it until I see that organic growth. So. I will share as soon as I hit 100 followers. It'll be on my Instagram, guaranteed. Because I'm really proud of it, and we really feel like we've done the research here, and this is something that we can get into and something that we can really grow. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So that was what, like Wednesday? It was Monday. 3 days ago.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Tuesday,
Wednesday. Then the next day, as you are doing planners and all of that, and I won't say who it was. She will watch eventually, and if she wants to comment and say it was her, then she can shout herself out. I will happily shout her out, but I won't name her if she doesn't want to be named.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend who also does KDP, and she was like, "You guys should do reseller planners to help people grow their reselling businesses, because clearly that's what we know." For the last 5 years, I have done coaching in the reselling community, talked to thousands of, it's been 5 years.
It's been longer than 5 years.
Oh, it's been longer.
It's been like 10 years.
But I've talked to thousands of people, and there is a common thread through all of those conversations of things you need to do, things, to grow a business. So she was like, "You should put all of that in a planner." And I was like, "That's a great idea, because you're doing the KDP already. We could just whip out these planners."
Works perfectly.
But then it kind of spiraled. And it took a big old spiral down a rabbit hole. So we start with, I just have words this morning. It started with doing a yearly reseller planner. Then it morphed into more of a reseller workbook. Then that morphed into, you can just imagine all the conversations that we're having as all of this morphed into is happening. That morphed into like writing a little like blog post length for every month, like tips and tricks for January, tips and tricks for February, and then adding the rest of the planner. Well, then, was that yesterday I sat down to write? Sat down to write my little blurb.
For 1 month.
For 1 month, for January. And I was like halfway through just the rough draft. So not even everything you're going to add in. And I was at 2,000 words. And I went, this is going to be more than just a.
How many times did you put "so" in there?
That's how I found out I use the word "so" too much, because every sentence I want to start. I used to end when I took English in college, I used to end every sentence with though. Though. So at least I've stopped that.
So I'm going to call you out now every time you say "so."
I know. That's how I recognized it though. So what I realized though was that there's a lot more information there than can be contained in just one little blurb at the beginning of a month. I've had a lot of people tell me I should just write the full book, write it all out. All of those things that we go through in coaching every single time that are the things that help people get unstuck. the things that help people scale their businesses here, the things that maybe you're not looking at or maybe you're overlooking. And I've always wanted to do it. I've talked about doing it
You've talked about this forever.
for years and years and years. Just never really, I don't know.
You just never really did it. You just
never really
always had something else going. Go figure.
Yeah.
And you just never really put the time towards it. And I don't think you ever fully realized the potential.
Or how much I had in my head.
I did not underestimate that at all.
At all. No, you were
not for 1 second.
So
you know what? We're playing the drinking game.
Oh, I gotta work on it.
Friday morning. Every time she says so or though, you have to take a drink.
Oh, it's a good thing that's coffee. You're gonna be highly caffeinated by the end of this.
That's what you think.
I have been working on then writing that out. It's ridiculously hard to not say that word. Yes. But that is then a second huge project and huge undertaking. I think this morning I was at like 3,000 words, and you really need to be at 35,000 or 40,000
for a book,
for a full book. But I did the first 3,000 in probably 2 hours. So no one could do it better. Oh, thank you, Christina. I love you. We'll see if you say that when I ask you to edit it.
Better her than me.
But you read the first 2,000 words.
I thought it was amazing. I absolutely thought it was amazing.
And you're not biased at all.
Well, and I'm not saying that because you're my wife. No. I honestly thought it was very good. You had some excellent information in there. It was pretty good.
Christina says she's not it, but Labrina says she'll do it. Working on that then a lot, and so the idea is to write the whole book and then take the book and write the corresponding workbook that goes with it. Is the full idea. Now, whether or not that happens this year, I don't know, but
you're enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. I am enjoying it.
So just
Dawn, it's about time. Dawn is one that has been telling me for years, write the book. Just write a book.
Yeah, just write it.
Just write the book. I've always been like, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know if anybody wanted. I don't know.
You absolutely
all of those self-doubts.
And it's got, from what I read, it had some very valuable information in it.
So we'll see. But we're going to take you all along the journey here. Join us on the journey into insanity. Because when I slow down in one area of my life, I need something. We want your books. Oh, thank you. I hope you say that after you read it.
I'll make sure I put coloring pictures in there.
There you go. A few coloring pages, just in case you got bored in the middle.
Word search with no words in it at all. I always wanted to do that.
A maze that you can't ever get out of.
No.
Yeah, that would be what Matt would add to it. But yeah, I don't do well when things get slow. And it's not even that our business isn't slow at all.
Oh, no.
It's going just fine. And I could just pick up a hobby. But I don't really know how to do that. I knew how to do this. And this is what I enjoy.
You enjoy it. You absolutely enjoy it. And, writing is a hobby. A lot of people write for just the enjoyment of it.
That's true.
And years ago, when I first started doing this, you had a blog.
I did have a blog.
And
who remembers that?
You had a lot of people following that.
Did. And it got a lot of organic traffic. And then I just...
You just got bored.
Well, it wasn't totally that I got bored. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle. And I did not have as thick of a skin then as I do now.
Yeah.
So
there were haters.
And I didn't deal as well with them 10 years ago as I do now. Absolutely. Now I'm like, all right. Say it again. Say it louder. I probably said worse to myself today. So, I mean, we can just chat. It's not a problem. You're built as an entrepreneur. Yeah, when you're built as an entrepreneur, you got a little
crazy
going on, and your mind just goes. Yeah, it's just how my brain works.
Yeah, you definitely have an entrepreneurial mind. I do not. I absolutely do not. I'll be first to say it.
But I appreciate you saying that because I don't think everybody does, and I don't think you have to in order to be successful here.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think it's totally okay.
But I think, and this is just me speaking, what I would struggle with is new business opportunities, and that entrepreneurial mind, you're always just like,
goody.
There is no box, you're all over the place, and yeah. So for me, it would be, okay, I'm doing eBay. And then I would just be doing eBay
forever.
Always, forever. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not. There's absolutely not. And you can be very successful doing that.
100%.
But I think I would miss out on a lot of opportunities.
You would. And all the fun of living with someone like me, who every morning's like, oh, I had this idea. Literally every morning, guys. Like, he wakes up, God bless him, because every single morning he wakes up without a clue what that day is going to look like.
Oh, I have an idea.
Oh, it's always crazy though. Yeah. But like, we can go to bed and I can be like, okay, tomorrow we're going to need to do this, and this. And by the time you get up,
it's different.
That plan is gone.
It's different.
That's like 30 plans ago.
Yep.
I've come up with something totally new and exciting.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part, they work out though.
Yeah.
We've had a few things that, like, building this brand, we have tried this before. Years and years and years and years ago.
I don't remember.
But we didn't have as much data. We didn't do the research that I now know should have been done prior. And we didn't start it the way it should have been started. So you do have some of those things that,
it's a trial and error.
Yeah. We like to keep our trial and errors to a low cost. So like this one is $3. But we're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. And it's exciting. It's exciting for me to see that you can still get growth on Instagram. Growing as a reseller on Instagram is very, very difficult right now. It's a flooded arena. Lots and lots and lots of people have YouTube channels. Everybody has a YouTube channel. Everybody's putting out content, and it's good content. It's not that it's bad. But when I started on Instagram, there weren't that many people. So
resellers, you mean?
Yes.
Not on Instagram.
Correct. It was easier to grow then.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at starting a brand, you have to look at, is that niche, is that category saturated? Is there a way I can get into it and differentiate myself? How can I stand out amongst the crowd? All of that. Followers used to just come in droves a few years ago. Christina's absolutely right. Yeah, it was easy to get followers on Instagram years ago. It's very difficult now. And the ways that you have to adjust to their algorithm is different. Also working the Pinterest algorithm, because that's just fun.
The sexy talk. Wow.
I know, right? I am like the biggest data nerd, and I will so nerd out on but if you post at 1 p.m. Central Time, then this is what the algorithm does, versus if you post at 6 p.m. Yeah, there's a lot of nerd going on. Which, if you are in the Discord, just prepare yourself. If I'm still awake, we have a live Discord tonight. I will nerd out as much as you want because
you can just do that.
Yeah, I can just talk about that stuff for days and days and days. So drink. Love that word. Nerd out. Nerd out. See? Yes. You're my peeps. It's the nerd out group. And you're just here for the ride. Anyhow, what do we have coming up this week?
I don't know. It's going to change 1,000 times. So why
even try?
Why even try? I'm just here for the ride, hanging on for dear life.
It's true. He is. We have already started shipping in Christmas items to Amazon. We have Halloween items that are supposed to get delivered here soon. Feels like the 2020 thing, many more resellers coming out to emerge lately. And now many are 6 and 7 figure sellers, especially on Amazon. 100%. Yeah. Being a 6-figure seller anywhere anymore, there's a lot of people doing that. And being a 7-figure seller on Amazon, that's pretty easy to do. If you've been following along, though, with the Amazon sellers, pharma packs, which if you're an Amazon seller and you've sold in health and beauty at all, this has a point, I promise. They just went belly up, like they're totally firing everybody, letting everything go. And they were like a $30 million a month company.
They were Amazon's top
third-party seller, not this year, but I think last year or in 2020. Yeah, so just because a company says,
like we've always said, just because someone's posting big numbers doesn't equate to success.
They were, so you can actually go and see the SEC filings for their company. They were running out like $120 million loss. They had hopes of being profitable in 2024. Yeah. 3 years ago when I started Amazon, very hard to find content. Now it's around, every time you post, absolutely. But yeah, there's a lot of people, and that's fantastic. I love that this community is growing and that there's new people and more people are realizing that you can actually do this for a living. You can actually make money here. You don't have to go to that awful 9-to-5. You can build this business, and
it's a great opportunity.
It is a fantastic opportunity.
Always said, with the invention of the internet, it's provided fantastic opportunities. I mean, prior to the internet, you had to go to a 9-to-5 job.
You really didn't have a
You
choice.
could open your own business.
But you were looking at a brick and mortar.
And, now you can just go and buy something, take a picture of it and sell it from your own home and then ship it from your own home. Is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And we used to share our numbers more, share like package posts more. We don't do that anymore because our business is pretty consistent. Like and it pays all of our bills, and I don't know. I just don't think that's
you're just
relevant.
That's just not in your DNA to kind of post.
Not.
You never liked posting numbers, even no matter how impressive they were. You're just like, that's kind of braggy. I don't want to do that. That's just not who you are.
Yeah, it's really not. But just know that all of that is very consistent. We are it's fine. But yes, so this week, more Christmas items, more Halloween items. Halloween is starting to heat up. That's actually the topic of tonight's Discord is Halloween. Which I'm super excited about.
Am I invited?
If you want to. Monica's going to talk.
Is she?
Yeah. So I'm way excited. We've got that going on. More merch designs into those niches that are selling right away. Join us, Matt, bring a beer. See? I'm telling you, it could be fun. I was laid off on August 3rd, have tons of stuff I bought over the last couple of years that I never got around to sell, trying to get it together. It's all, Jan, you got this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got this. Make a plan.
Yep.
And then just work your plan.
Focus. Yeah. And you've already got inventory. So you've got, like, consider everything a startup. You know, I mean, you've already got the startup costs.
Already paid for.
Yeah. Get it listed.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn on some music and just go for it. And then come back next week and tell us how you did, because we're going to hold you accountable. Get that stuff listed, get it selling.
Yeah. And before you buy more, list what you have. You know, I mean,
I don't want to do the corporate thing anymore. Cannot blame you. You don't have to.
I worked for
a lot of years.
30 years in corporate America, and I'm only 32 years old. So
exactly. It's amazing.
So yeah, and I was like, no more, you know,
office politics, no more commute,
no more looking over your shoulder for someone who wants your job. I mean, so yeah, you could do it. You could do it, Jan. Absolutely.
You absolutely do it. We have back to this coming week, Halloween, Christmas, all of that is heating up on Amazon, trying to not overwhelm ourselves too quickly. And also,
really,
yeah. I mean, this is scaled back. You should know, buddy. This is scaled back. Also, not trying to go in too deep too fast. We've gotten in trouble with that in the past. Get really excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I get really excited. And so then I buy too much too quickly instead of waiting.
Just dip one toe in the water.
It's not here yet. It's okay. It's coming. Yep. Wait for it to come.
So
this is working on that.
So,
and then you will continue to work on the KDP. Get the rest of that A+ content up so that I can share them. I'm so proud of you. I think they're fantastic. And then more brand building, book writing. I think that's it. Oh, we have the Renaissance Fair this week. We're going to the Renaissance Fair this weekend. Are you excited about that?
I am looking forward to that. That'll be fun. It'll be hot, but it'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yes, with all of our kiddos. I think that's it, though. I mean, so like that's nothing, right? Oh. I'm just gonna write a book, build a brand, source for Amazon, and maybe get those eBay listings done, make some more print-on-demand products, and do some more interiors for KDP. I mean,
no problem. And we got an Amazon shipment we got to do.
Yeah. That just sounds like a morning, right?
No problem.
I might need more coffee. I might need to start drinking caffeinated coffee all the time again. Because, yeah, you're both amazing. Well, thank you. We will see. I mean, check back in next week and ask us how much we actually got done.
No guarantees on any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we really do try to keep it real. Like grandiose plans, they don't always work out. It doesn't always happen. Life happens. Yeah. And we're totally okay with that.
Yeah, you're going to stumble sometimes, you know? I mean, it's just a part of life. I mean, and not everything is sunshines, unicorns, and rainbow. We
know the have-tos. Mm-hmm. So we have to keep the Amazon business running. We have to, we have those list of have-tos. Those will get done. Everything else, maybe. I got a 24-ounce coffee from Wawa. I don't think I've ever had a Wawa coffee.
No, you haven't. I don't think.
I don't think so. That sounds yummy. Just Wawa.
It sounds cool.
Sounds intriguing. I'm in. So yeah, we will be back next week though.
Yep.
Next Friday.
Unless
same time.
Something happens.
Yeah, unless life just really goes to.
Yep.
We will be back and you can ask us and we will share how all of that is going. Hopefully I'll be at my 100 followers and
you can give the big reveal.
I can share all of that by next Friday. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Jan, come back next week. I want to hear how you're doing.
Yes, Jan, we want to know how you are doing. And if you have issues, find us on Instagram. Find me on Instagram and send me a DM and let me know, like if you're struggling with something or whatever, if there's some way that I can help, 100% come find me on Instagram and I will do what I can in there. So, all right. Have a good day, everybody. It's time to work.